Hello, everybody. This is Kyrix with more This Week in Kyrix. This is for today being Wednesday, July 11th, 2018. Yeah, I botched every part of that. In my head, I kept wanting to say the 17th and then 2017, and I don't know why, because I'm looking at 7/11/2018. So, man. This was kind of an uneventful week. I had some library shit that was due yesterday, in fact. One was the book Starship Troopers, which I never got around to reading. I had the thing for 3 fucking months and never got around to reading it. But the other thing was Batman and Harley Quinn DVD. Because I don't have access to a freebie version of it like I do with most of the DC movies. And I've been wanting to watch it. And I've had that for like 3, let's say, sessions, for lack of a better word. Because I think you get DVDs for a week, right? So I'm like, well, I've run out of hold on a second. I've run out of renewals, so I gotta either watch it or turn it in unwatched. So Monday night, Tuesday morning. It's honestly hard for me to tell one from the other these days, because I am perpetually awake at night. So I didn't even notice when the changeover happens anymore. But let's call it Tuesday morning. I sat down and finally watched Batman and Harley Quinn. And it's a lot of fun. It's really goofy compared to a lot of the other DC movies. It is based off the Batman the Animated Series timeline. Specifically the new Batman Adventures, which continue that with the new animation style, but it's the same continuity as far as I know. And it had a great moment in it that just absolutely fucking beautiful. Especially if you like older music. Like, I'm from the 80s, so I grew up with all of the 80s music. But I also grew up with a lot of the 70s music as well, because I was born in 82, and I became aware in the time of 89, so there was a lot of that crossover, for lack of a better word, right? A lot of crossover. And hi, Winkles, get down. I don't care where you go, but you can't go there. Good girl. But anyway, there was an old song, Don't Pull Your Love Out on Me, which is not about what you think it's about. It's basically about a guy telling his girlfriend not to leave him, Not a girl telling a guy, don't porn star come on me, Though I wouldn't mind hearing that song just for shits and giggles. But anyway, that song's from 71, I believe. I looked it up, because I couldn't tell quite if it was 70s or 60s. It sounded early 70s, and I was right. Because certain music, you can tell the threshold of like, oh, this is early 80s, this is late 80s, this is early 90s kind of thing. Because you can taste in the music where the transition happens, like when shit went from 80s to 90s, you caught that end of the synth era of the 80s music, and that intermingled with the more 90s feel of the songs and so on, you know what I'm saying? God, it looks like it's gone. That's kind of the whole point, though. But yeah, anyway, the notable thing is, during one of the scenes, Harley Quinn takes Batman and Nightwing to this henchman bar because they're trying to find Poison Ivy. And Harley at this point has gone straight. She's working as a waitress because she can't get work anywhere else because she's a former supervillain. And I'm gonna go off on a little tangent here. I don't like the anti-hero, anti-villain push that Harley Quinn has been getting. I understand where it's coming from, because she's a very cute, very popular DC character. She's a girl, so that helps the people who are pushing diversity and all else, and she's well-liked, which helps the comic fans get into her being there, But here's the problem with making her sort of a good guy, is Harley is not a good person. She has good moments and good traits, but she says in the show, in that movie herself, Batman basically says, I don't make deals with psychopaths, and Harley says, sociopath. Sociopath. Why do people keep messing that up? Yeah, Harley's not a good person. She's really is a supervillain. Because people keep saying, like, oh, well, Joker's the one who broke her. No, Joker gave her the outlet. She was never all there to begin with. Joker just brought it to the surface. You know, she was always, at the very least, unscrupulous. You know? And when she's with the Joker, it's really easy to see him as being the one pulling all the strings. But she still does the shit. You know? And when she's with Ivy, while she does a lot to tame Ivy, she doesn't domesticate her. You know, she gets rid of some of Ivy's nastier traits, but Ivy's still a supervillain, and so is Harley. So I have issues with her as a good guy. I do love seeing her try. Because, I mean, while she's not a good person, she does try, sometimes. And it's kind of heartbreaking to see her fail when she tries so hard, because she is trying very hard, but it's just either circumstances prevent it, or her fucking mentality prevents it. Because, remember, she's crazy too. Joker didn't help that, but she had some crazy in her too. Then again, most people in Gotham have a touch of the nutter. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they go to this henchman dive, because, you know, Harley's gone straight. She hasn't seen Ivy in forever, so she looks up one of Ivy's old henchmen. And she takes them to this dive halfway between Gotham and Bloodhaven. Bloodhaven being the place that, when Dick Grayson became Nightwing, that became his turf. Because, you know, Batman had Gotham, Dick wanted to be his own guy, so he went to Bloodhaven. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I mean, you gotta establish yourself. And you have these twin henchmen. Apparently all the henchmen in there are from either the Adam West Batman or from Batman the Animated Series. I never paid attention back when I watched, so I didn't recognize any of them. Although I could recognize, for example, that the girl in the park I probably worked for either Mr. Freeze or the Penguin, you know. But that's about as far as I got, you know. But there were these twin henchmen up there singing a rendition of Don't Pull Your Love Out. And it was Rob Paulson, who's known for being, you know, Yakko and a couple other Animaniacs characters. I think he might have been 625 on Lilo and Stitch, but I'm probably wrong. But he's a very prolific voice actor. Chances are you've heard his voice, even if you don't know his name. And he fucking killed that song. He killed that song so well that I honestly thought they just bought the rights to the song and played the actual song. But no, it's him singing, and it's him singing twice with himself, because he voiced both the twins. And I've basically been listening to that song for 2 or 3 days now. Because his version of it is as good, if not better, than the original. You know, a lot of times covers can't say that. His can. He fucking knocked that shit out of the park. And apparently he put on that performance while suffering from throat cancer. So, yeah, he is King Badass of the Mountain. Just flat out, period. But, so that's what I did. There was no recording session with Eisen. We actually haven't heard from him in a couple days. Or a couple weeks, even. And me and one of the guys were actually talking about it. We're like, I hope he's okay. Because I haven't heard a peep from him, but that's normal. I generally only hear from him when we've got some kind of recording scheduled. And, you know, that's just the thing, because, I mean, we're friends, but we don't hang out friends, you know what I mean? If anything, we're work friends. But, he's been having some medical issues, I think, with his leg lately, and he's been seeing a doctor. So I hope that hasn't escalated, you know? I don't necessarily see how it would, but I could see, for example, how it would get to the point where it would be uncomfortable for him to get to the computer for a while. So I'm hoping that at worst, that's all it is, that he just doesn't have it in him to chat right now. And not that his health is in serious decline, kind of thing. And hopefully we'll hear from him in the next week or so. Hopefully in the next couple days or so. If I'm gonna hope, let's hope big, you know? Yeah, I'm actually not running around. I'm actually trying to find a place to progress, as it were. But yeah, it's just so there was no recording session. Pokemon tournament was a little blarked, but for good reason. We had two newbies. One was this interesting girl from Connecticut, and sadly she's going back, so she won't be there next week, you know. But she was fun to hang out and talk with. And this new guy who showed up, and I spent most of the time chatting with them and helping them out. So I only had a couple battles, plus our usual turnout wasn't there. One of the girls basically had her good game fail on her. It happens. And the data corrupted. And I think it has to do with something her 3DS did, because the tines on her game are all fucked up. I mean, you can see how bad they are. So there's no mystery as to what's wrong with her game. The mystery is how it got that wrong. You know what I mean? But because of that, she wasn't able to participate because all of her good stuff was on that game, and she basically has to start from scratch. And I'll probably, over the next couple weeks, help her rebuild as much as I can without actually building her fucking shit for her. Also, the guy who started the tournament didn't make it this week because he was sick, I think. I think that's what they said. So we had a bit of a lackluster turnout. But I was chatting with the one guy. Ooh, yes, please. Oh, wrong thing. But I was chatting with the new guy. Oh, what we got here? Horse armor, bone. Beetroot seeds. Okay, that's something I can plant later. Rotten flash. Sure, let's. Oh, that's right. This isn't 7 days. I can't just grab everything. Oh, Jesus, that's some good shit. Up saddle, I can ride a llama. Potentially. Anything else? Yeah. I want to get back here, actually. I'm not quite sure how, but I will. Actually, I know exactly how. I'm gonna go old school Kyrix. I'm gonna make a spire. But not just any spire. Because they're now a renewable resource, I'm gonna make a cool spire. But yeah, the crew just kind of wasn't up today, so we didn't do a whole lot. But like I said, I spent time teaching them some new tricks, especially the bottle cap trick, because that's a thing. Because bottle caps, if you do it, I mean, this trick is still legitimate. It's cheap as shit, but it's legitimate. But if you do it the legit way that you're supposed to, it takes forever to grind. Okay, that took a little bit. Alright, now that spire right there should show up for quite a distance. God damn, that's damn near a lava pillar. Oh, anyway, I taught him that trick. I did a couple trades. Specifically, I got rid of a couple of the Mareeps that I've been holding on to. 2 of the 6 IV and 4 of the 5 IV. He was asking, hey, do you happen to have the friendship berries? I'm like, dude, I've got them all. I'll hook you up. The friendship berries are berries that reduce reduce EVs and increase friendship. They make it real easy to trade evolve, or not trade at all, but to friendship evolve certain Pokemon. Which is a big deal. If you don't know, it's very much a big deal. So yeah, basically I'm going to use these little pillars as a navigational tool. So, yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. But basically, I hooked him up with that. I taught him the bottle cap trick. I hung out and battled with him. Hung out a lot later than I usually would, just talking with him. And then, as I was going home, he was walking with me. Fun fact is, he walked about halfway to my house before he realized how far we were. I'm like, where do you live? He's like, I live way back there. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I actually got home at like 8:30 because I just hung out talking with the new guy. I'm like, dude, you picked a good week to show up because he got some good shit. He got some good information. He got Pokemon. He got items that he needed. He got hooked up. And hopefully he'll be a regular there. Seemed pretty cool. I'm actually up to date-ish on 4-Job Fiesta. Like, today's episode is already recorded, and it'll go up on time. I'm gonna do a couple more, just because. Maybe not right now, but later. Apparently I have to moderate my volume even more, because in certain battles you can't hear me at all over the music. Because the GBA is kind of a bitch that way. But I'm going to try, back willing, I'm going to try to get some Phantom Pain done tonight. Because I do love that game. It's a lot of fun. It's a long game, but I do want to get that Let's Play done. Because if nothing else, that'll give me some real regular content back on the channel again. I'm going to try to live underwater now. That's the thing. God, I've got that song in my head. It won't leave. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, mind you. But, well, fuck it, I'm keeping these. So yeah, I want that llama. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I want it. It's mine. It belongs to Kyrix. I'm gonna ride it. I'ma ride the llama. Meh. There she is. There's my llama. Llama, llama, llama. Ride me a llama. Oh, derp. I'm gonna tame a llama. Tame it. There we go. She likes me now. She's my llama. Okay. No. That is wrong. This is right. You are my llama. You will have this saddle. Can I not? No, give that back. Come, llama, I want you to ride. I want you to wear this, or the saddle. I don't care which. It's kind of hoping for an armored llama, not gonna lie. Don't spit at me. Be the sweetheart that I know you are. Well, damn. Apparently I need a special llama saddle. I'll think of something, I'm sure. But, yeah, I want to get some Phantom Pain done. Other than that, it's been kind of a lackluster week. Oh god, there was the fishing license thing, though. Okay, Saturday I was supposed to go fishing with my friend, but Friday... Oh god, let's talk about Friday. So Friday, I finally get the time and the means to do something that needed done, which is getting down to, what's it called, to PetSmart to get the flea pills, to get the spray for the carpet, and other things. I'm like, okay, while I'm there, I'm going to do the fishing license thing, because my friend told me I needed one. And it's really stupid, but I'll get into why in a minute. But he told me I needed to get a fishing license. I'm like, oh, so are you going to come, like, the night before and get me the fishing license, or we're going to do it, like, super early? He's like, no, just go to any Walmart, go to the sporting goods counter, and they'll hook you up with a fishing license. So, I go to Walmart, which, luckily for me, happens to be right fucking next to Grand Central Station. Which, by the way, for those who don't know, I hop at Grand Central Station, and I ride it to Largo Mall, where the PetSmart is, that I go to for the girls. So, the Walmart's right there. It's on, like, 2nd Street, and Grand Central's on Central Street, or Central Avenue, or whatever, so it's right there. So, 2nd Avenue, Central Avenue, you know, it's not even 5 minutes on the bike. So I stop at Walmart first, and while I'm in the sporting goods aisle, I happen to spot little boxes of ponchos for $1 each. You know, the little rain ponchos. Little plastic disposables, not a big deal. But I'm thinking, you know, how many times have I been stuck somewhere because I couldn't ride my bike because it was raining? Because you can't, you know, bike and umbrella at the same time. Not safely. So I snagged 3 of them. I snagged 3 ponchos. I actually took one today and didn't use it. But they're little, pretty sure they're meant to be disposable, but for $1 each, who cares, you know? And I'm trying to get my shit together, and the computer is just having none of it. Computer basically tells me to go fuck myself. So I get to Grand Central Station. I buy 2 day passes so that I have one for emergencies later. Something I've actually been meaning to do for a while, because I can get them on my card up at Grand Central as opposed to pulling out cash, you know? So I got 2, you know, day passes so that next time I need a bus, I've got the pass instead of having to fuck with money and shit. So anyway, I'm sitting at Grand Central waiting on the bus, and I call my aunt, basically say, hey, I'm about to be in your area. Is there any chance you could take me to a Walmart? I don't care which one, but I need to get my license, you know. So anyway, she agrees. We go up there. Not a huge ordeal, you know. And is this it? Or, yeah, this is it. I think. Yeah, this is it. So anyway, let me move this because I'm actually going to go in there in a minute. So I get into this second Walmart, which is fine. And I'm standing in line because everyone needs a fishing license today, apparently. And so basically I had to go to 2 Walmarts for the thing. And the fishing license is the stupidest goddamn thing in the world. Because it's free. You know? Because all I'm getting is the onshore fishing license. I'm not getting, like, the boat license. I'm not getting the freshwater license. I'm not getting, like, the snook license. It's just the onshore saltwater license, which costs nothing. Now, why is this a big deal? Because there's no paperwork involved at all. It's not like I have to, you know, read a quiz or solve a test or some shit. It's just, do you want this license? Yes. Do you have ID? I do. Here, you can fish in saltwater as long as you're on the shore now. Okay. What the fuck, man? I had to go to Walmart for this shit? What just disconnected? Something just disconnected. But what? Anyway. But yeah, they made me fucking go to Walmart and sign up for this shit. Why? There is literally no point to it. Now, can I live? I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna go for a lesser drop. Yeah, it's just fucking paperwork, fucking busy work for what amounted to a receipt. If you don't know, fishing licenses look remarkably like receipts. You know, they're just really big, like Circuit City receipts. So anyway, if all goes well, today being Wednesday, tomorrow I will be going fishing. So I've got a couple more errands to run today. I want to get down to Walmart, get some bread, get some meat, get some cheese. I'm making sandwiches, basically, for the fishing trip. Now, Whether the other guys want to partake in my sandwiches or not is completely up to them. I don't give a shit. I'm making a lot of them. Because worst case scenario, I can just eat them when I get home. You know? Oh great, high CPU usage. Wonderful. Wonder what the fuck that's all about. Oh dear, hi. So yeah, at this point I might be lagging. Who knows? Who cares? I don't. To both of those questions. That's gonna fucking hurt if I fuck it up. And I probably will. Sorry, it's just stuck in my head. I can't get rid of it. And you're just gonna have to deal with it, because I have to deal with it. Ooh, metal. Metal, 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 metal. Oh, shit, I needed that. Damn you! I require that for functions. Okay. Oh, that's right, I got this. Going down. Okay, I want that lava. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I want it, so I'm gonna have it. Oh, poor bat. I will avenge you, little bat. Rest assured, this injustice will not carry on. And I'm gonna steal it! And I stole it. And now I need a new light source, because that was it. That was the light source. Let me snag this back, please. I require. Give. Thank you. Yum. I don't know why, but a lot of weird shit makes me just want to go to SeaWorld. Specifically want to go to SeaWorld on a charter bus like I used to in elementary school. I miss those field trips where you all just pile up on the air-conditioned bus and just drive to Orlando or Tampa or wherever the fuck we're going at the time. It's just something from my childhood that I just don't see myself getting back anytime soon, because I really don't see myself getting on one of those kind of buses ever again. You know, I don't have the money for it. And even if I did, I don't have the fucking friends for it. Like, hey, let's all scrape together $10 and together we'll charter a bus, or however the fuck much it costs. Probably much more than $10 a person. Then again, it is a bus full of persons, so who the fuck can say, really? Speaking of shit like that, I am gonna try, keyword being try, to put some cash together. There's the plans getting together in my head right now. Relies on a couple things, but I'm gonna try by September, maybe, to get the funds together to get my ass to Gatorland, so that I can, you know, first off, do the Gatorland thing. Second off, see my friend who lives near Orlando. And thirdly, get that video of me playing with gators. And I know I keep saying playing. Playing is not the proper word. I will be working with gators. I will be doing trainer shit with gators, albeit at an amateur level. You know. I mean, don't let my phrasing of, oh, I'm going to play with the swamp kittens fool you. There will be trained professionals on hand to make sure I don't die. Because while gators are not necessarily aggressive to humans, unless they're being fucked with, the whole point of this is kind of to fuck with the gators. So, odds are very good that one of them will be kind of ornery. And while they do not, by default, attack humans, they're quite capable of putting an obscene amount of hurt on a human, if they are so inclined. And the shit I will be doing may incline them to do so. So, yeah. But I am hoping to get that together. I wanna do the Gatorland thing. I wanna see my friend, because I've never, we've known each other for a decade or more and never met in person. And we're even in the same state, so It's not that big an excuse. So I'm hoping we can hang out. I want to get, video of me, just hauling a gator around a sandy pit. Yeah. Didn't see that coming. So yeah, it's just good, clean, wholesome family fun. I think I'm gonna need another bucket in a minute, because yeah, I want that water. I'm gonna need some water actually. Because the thing that killed me last time was the lack of water. So yeah, I've definitely been here before. Other than that, I bought a couple new games on Steam, specifically the Game of Life, which is a Hasbro board game. I think it used to be Milton Bradley back in the day, but one way or the other, it's Hasbro now. I don't know if I'm just misremembering it as Milton Bradley, or if they bought Milton Bradley, which is entirely possible. But that's basically what we got going on. I own it now. It's fun. I like it. I'll like it a lot more when I can play it with friends instead of just the computer. But it's a fun little game. Trying to get a hold of my one friend who I've been teaching Attack Wing to. Apparently we have 2 more fucking releases in Heroclix. And everyone's talking about, like, oh, we need to do a big release and order pizza and shit. And even Kyrix can come, and they don't seem to understand why the fuck I quit Heroclix. It's because of bullshit like this. I'm thinking, I didn't say anything, but why the fuck would I come? I mean, it's a release for 2 sets that I can't afford. Even if I could afford, I'm not playing Heroclix anymore. So why would I waste money on this shit? On shit that I'm not gonna keep. Even if I were willing to keep it, I don't have the money. And even if I did have the money and were willing to keep it, it still doesn't change the fact that I'm doing other shit at that time. So unless they want to move it to Wednesday for that one thing, there's no chance of me going. I don't want to go. And even if they do move it to Wednesday, I probably still wouldn't fucking go because I retired. Why? Because they're releasing 2 fucking sets in a single goddamn month. And I'm getting sick of shit like that. Nobody has the money for that shit. We're getting a new Turtle set and a new Batman the Animated Series set. Because, we don't have enough fucking Batman-themed sets in that goddamn game. It's not DC Heroclix, it's Batman Heroclix, occasionally starring other characters. That's what that shit is. And I'm, quite frankly, a little sick of it. You can only have so many Batman-themed sets in a single fucking year before it starts getting really old. So yeah, I mean, it still doesn't change the fact that we have a predominantly casual player base, and that's fine, Not everyone has to be hyper-competitive like me. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's not me. And by me being there, I ruin a lot of people's fun, because I am this fucking hyper-competitive guy in the room full of casuals. I am the reason that a lot of people are not having the fun they should have, and that's one of the reasons I stopped coming. And that hasn't changed either. I mean, they keep forgetting, they're like, oh, he just left to play Pokemon. No. Pokemon just happened to be the thing I replaced Heroclix with. I left for other reasons. If I weren't playing Pokemon, I'd still not go. Because I quit Heroclix. I didn't start Pokemon, I quit Heroclix. And they just cannot fucking wrap their heads around this. And it's really getting old. You know what I mean? I'm just done with it. I'm fucking done. I stopped having fun a long time ago. I mean, this is a game where it's all about buying figures to stay competitive, and I can't buy figures, so how the fuck am I supposed to stay competitive? I don't think I've bought more than a booster or so for a draft. Back when I was playing, mind you. Back the last time I was playing. I think it had been months. I think I had literally missed like the previous 5 sets because of that shit. So it's just... it stopped being fun for me. And when you're not having fun, you need to just hang it up. And I did. And they're just not accepting that shit. You know, I'm sorry. I'm done with Kyrix. It took me a long time to finally quit Heroclix, and now that I've quit, I've quit. And they need to wrap their heads around that fact and respect that fact, because it's not going to change. You know, it's not like, oh, this is a fate. No, I'm done. I really am goddamn done. I'm not enjoying myself anymore. There's no reason for me to fucking play anymore. I can't afford it. There's too many sets out. It's a pain in the ass to get to. Everyone there is making fun of me all the fucking time. And I just don't... No, I'm sorry. Like, no, Winkles. You need to move, sweetie. You need to move. No, Winkles. Come here. That's not the place to hunker down. Hunker down for cuddles right here. She's basically laying on the capture card cord. But yeah, I'm like, you guys don't seem to understand the reasons I dropped Heroclix for Pokemon. Because Pokemon doesn't cost me a goddamn dime. It always starts on time. There's none of this shit about, oh, we're going to be starting late because the judge is doing whatever. Or, oh, the judge cut his thumb off, so no Pokemon today. No, none of that bullshit. If the judge, as it were, can't make it, then we show up anyway and someone else steps in, you know? And nobody fucking makes fun of me there. I'm not an object of ridicule. And when I am, it's because of something that I earned, you know? Whereas it's basically non-stop teasing there, and I don't fucking enjoy that. I don't like being teased. And the group I'm with, the judge just doesn't understand that. He's like, no, it's normal. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. Because here's the thing. While it's perfectly normal for guys to tease each other, there is a limit, and friends know when that limit has been reached. When one person is getting genuinely pissed, it stops being fun. Except the problem is with the judge, when it stops being fun for the person being teased is when it starts being fun for him, and that's fucked up. And I ain't having that shit. And that's a problem he's had for a long fucking time, and I'm just done with it. And none of the other players do shit about it, because when he's teasing me, he's not teasing them, you know? Hell, I'm guilty of that. Like, when Anubis would get teased, I shut up. Because I'm sick of it being my turn all the time. I'm like, dude, your turn. You laughed when he did it to me, so I'm not going to say shit when he does it to you. And even when I step in on the teasing on Anubis or whatever, when he starts looking like he's getting mad, I shut up. And that's the problem with the judge, is he doesn't have that fucking filter. He doesn't know when it stops being fun. Because there is that point. If you know how far you can tease a person, then sure, tease them. Have fun with it, because then it's fun for everyone. But he doesn't understand that when it's not fun for everyone is when you need to fucking stop. So, yeah, it's... And the funny thing is, every single time when he teases me about Pokemon, like, oh, you're going there creeping on the Pokemon kids or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm playing Pokemon. I've been trying for years to get you to play Pokemon. Because it's a really fun, competitive game that I think you'd enjoy, and it doesn't cost fucking $200 a month to play it. But every single time he teases me about Pokemon, he doesn't realize that he's just hurting his own cause because he's reminding me of why I quit Heroclix. You know? Because I just got sick of his bullshit. You know, he can't even make it there on time. And the funny thing is, the game is effectively dying for exactly the reasons I told him. Like, he can't schedule shit to make it on time. I mean, he'll bitch and complain if we miss a day, but thinks nothing about missing. Well, I've got shit to do. I'm like, well, I've got shit to do. You know? Work isn't the only reason to miss something. You know, sometimes I've got better shit to do than to ride my bike up there to play fucking Heroclix. And I get sick of the double standard where it's okay for him to miss a week, but not for me. Hell, that cost me a job, and I told him that. He was like, well, why didn't you tell him you could make that day? I'm like, because every time I miss a day for any reason, you're up my ass about it. You know? So I potentially could have had a job a year ago if he hadn't been such a baby about Heroclix. And he is a total baby about this. I swear to God, if you saw the texts and shit that he told me, or he sent me when this first happened, you'd swear to God I broke up with him or something. Because he's treating it like a breakup, like he's a fucking jealous ex who can't stand the fact that someone moved on. And it's really kind of sad. And the funny thing is, I would have been more inclined to hang out and shit if he hadn't been such a dick all the time. You know? How about when you see me getting uncomfortable, you stop teasing for 5 minutes? You know, let me catch my breath, as it were. But nope, just gotta pile on, because then it's more fun. No, it's not. The only one having fun here is you. So yeah, like I said, I don't know why. And it wasn't even the judge who said, like, that I could come. I'm like, no, I'm not. Why would I come? There's no reason for me to come. There's literally nothing in it for me. I'd be riding my bike all the way up there, wasting energy, getting a drink, wasting money, and playing a game that I will not be playing again, likely spending money on figures that I'm never going to use again, or borrowing figures, which means I would be playing for figures that I don't intend to keep, or I'd be getting absolutely nothing out of it except hanging out with people who tease the shit out of me when I could instead be at Pokemon, where I actually happen to be, you know, one of the more respected players because I'm good at it. So why would I do that? What possible, you know, reward is there in it for me? Because there isn't one. You know, there's nothing in it for me at all. And the problem is, he genuinely doesn't get that shit. He genuinely does not understand that I am done, and that he's a big part of the reason why. You know, it just boggles his fucking mind. Because one of the problems is, he has this complex about him where he has to be the big hero, and he gets personally offended when he's not. You know. He has to be the big good guy, or something has gone wrong, and it's our fault for not noticing. Like, I'm pretty sure I told you the story about how he doesn't understand how math works. Because he was telling me, because I told him way back in the day, like years ago, that I didn't have the money for Heroclix. He's like, well, I got you the new place, you're saving so much money. I'm like, I'm really not, because it cost me the same amount of money to live here that it did at the apartment, so I'm not actually saving any money. Plus now I've got the pets on their wellness plan, so I'm losing money. You know? Because at the time I was paying $450 compared to the $450 I was paying at the at the apartment, you know. Neep. Neep, 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 neep. But, yeah, I kept telling him, I'm like, dude, I'm not saving any money. It costs me the same. He's like, well, no, you're saving plenty of money, because now, you're getting internet and shit included with your rent. I'm like, that's not saving money, dude. Because I'm still spending the same amount of money, I'm just getting different stuff. Or, no, you're totally saving money. I'm like, dude, no. That's like saying that if I don't spend $5,000 on a car, that I suddenly $5,000 appears in my bank account. He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. If I don't have the money, I'm not saving it. I'm just not spending it, you know? I said, by that logic, I'm a millionaire because I'm not spending $5 million a month on a mansion. And sorry to break this to you, and even sorrier to break it to me, I'm not a millionaire. And he got really pissed because in his head, he had this whole thing where he saved me from poverty. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he did get me a place. And I was fully prepared to give him credit for that, but that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that he got me a place. He also had to be the big hero who saved me a small fortune in money, you know? And that just wasn't true. So he got all flavors of pissy about that, and I kept telling him, I'm like, dude, that's not how math works. So, yeah, it's kind of fucked up how he gets sometimes. And that's one of the reasons that I, and literally everyone who knows him, is telling him he's really, really autistic. He does not understand just simple shit like how to socialize properly. It's utterly foreign to him. You may as well be speaking Russian to him. He doesn't get shit like that. And it's just kind of sad, really. Because he's otherwise a fairly intelligent guy. It's just, he doesn't know how human beings relate to one another. And I've tried to tell him, and so has everyone else, and he doesn't fucking get it. Like, there was this... He basically made one of my friends, Jay, quit a D&D session and swear never to play with him again because he couldn't get the fucking hint. Because anyone who's played D&D knows the rule is when the DM says something that's final, you're just done. You know, if the DM says no, the answer is no, period. And I was very much raised on that style of D&D rulings, where the DM's word is abso-goddamn-lutely final. You know, if the DM says no, and says the DM's ruling, period, it doesn't matter what the rulebook says, because the DM counteracts the rulebook. And what happened was, I had let him play a Gnoll, because I allow monster races most of the time. And I told him there's going to be issues with being a Gnoll, etc. Like, you're not going to be welcome in towns. They're going to watch you like a hawk. You're basically going to get stopped by guards everywhere you go, etc. And he was fine with that. So they go into this goblin den, for lack of a better word. And let's see, I'm going to go this way. Oh, shit. And they're fighting goblins, and he decides, because he's a Gnoll, Gnolls do the whole slavery thing. That's fine. He decides he wants a goblin slave, and that he is going to break a goblin that he's fighting with and make it his slave. And I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, well, yeah, I am. I'm like, no, you're not. I am the DM, and I say no. And he's like, well, that's the thing my race does. I'm like, it is. And if you want your character to own a fucking slave, you can go into one of the fucking slave markets in town, because it's a fantasy world. That's a thing that exists in fantasy realms. It's generally looked down upon, but they exist, you know? And I told him, if you want to go to, like, the slave market and spend your money on something, you can have one. But you're not going to break it, because that requires a specialized set of skills that you do not have. He's like, well, I'm going to roll. And I'm like, dude, I don't care if you roll 30 crit hits in a row. You cannot beat the multiplier that I am giving you. I am giving you basically an infinitely negative modifier that you cannot overcome. You will never succeed in this shit. And he proceeded to waste 7 or 8 minutes of combat rounds trying to alternatively hug this thing and intimidate this thing. I'm like, you're succeeding on the check, but you're not going to get him as a slave. You're going to scare the crap out of him, etc. But he wouldn't let it go. And I even told him, I'm like, look, it's not even the slavery thing I'm telling you can't do. It's the you can't break it. And I was even willing to meet him halfway. I said, here's the deal. because this is 4th edition, so feats were still a thing. I said, if you give up your next, what was it, 4 or 5 feats that you would get from leveling, I will allow you, once you give up that final feat, to get the ability to do that, to break someone like that. And he just wasn't having it. And he would not let it go, and he was calling my friend a baby. Oh, he couldn't handle that shit. I'm like, no, it's because you were being an ass and you derailed the fucking game, dude. I mean, you would not fucking take no for an answer at all. And you need to understand that's not how D&D works. And he just wasn't getting that shit. Okay, so there's that. Got some more iron in the works. More importantly, I finally got more lapis so I can make more blue glass once I get more sand. How's my grass to the sky going? Because I do want this to be a thing. It's getting there. It's not there yet, but it's fucking getting there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more. 5 more and it's good. And yes, I will eventually get on this thing again. I wanna blue glass it up so that I have that, and then I'm gonna make tunnels and shit, because this will eventually be an underwater planting thing. But I'm basically gonna slork this up so that it's all good and shit, and then I'll blue glass it and whatnot. Hell, what I might do is I might just seal it down there, make like a little blue glass tunnel, and just kind of airlock it in, and then get rid of all this, because I don't need all of this. Because once I get that down there, I can basically walk it down and down and down and get it to the point where it's a thing. I just have to decide exactly what I'm doing with it first. Do I have any dirt on me? I do. So we're going to map out where this is going to go. I'm going to... I'm going to do it out here, I think. Okay, so that should be 8, right? Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 more here. Cool. Now we're going to do the same thing. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 more. And then we're going to do like this. Basically, I'm mapping out a grid that'll be, you know, surfacey and whatnot. Perfect. And in there will go my blue glass, which will form the basis of this bullshit. Perfect. Where's my sand? Or my glass. Either one will do. Pretty sure I still have some glass left. Or some sand. That works as well. Okay, this is sand. This is sand. This is sand. That's sandstone. That is sand. Not seeing any extra glass. Oh, dude, that's a lot of lapis. That's a lot. What's it take for glass? Is it 1 or is it 8? I can't remember. I think it's 1 does 8, so... Basically, every 8 lapis is like 64 glass. Blue glass, that is. Yeah, it's something like that. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fire up the old kiln, as it were. I'm gonna put this up there with a couple of these. We're gonna put this and this and this. And then we're gonna dig out some more coal, because that's a thing that exists. God, with all that coal, you'd think I'd have plenty of it. But nope, I haven't been keeping track of it at all. There we go. I'm amazed that originally I was going to stop this around freaking 6 minutes or 20 minutes or so, and now I'm almost to the hour. So that's fun. There we go. Nice. Okay. Do that. Do that. Ooh, pumpkins. I loves me some pumpkins. Alright, I think I'll just cut it off here, and I will see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.